Guys, I've been investing for almost 15 years. Since really February of 2009, I've been investing. And really, I've always been a dividend investor. I just love the idea of building that passive income stream and seeing it grow by itself just by owning the asset, which in my case happens to be dividend stocks and ETFs. And really, over the last 7 to 8 years, we've been saving and investing as much as possible. So really ramping it up. So now the question is, after all of these years of investing, how much dividend income did I earn in the month of September of 2023? Let's find out. So why do I want to talk about September of 2023? Well, if you're new to the investing game and dividend investing game, quarter ends on the calendar year are typically your bigger months of dividend income. Why is that? Well, your exchange traded funds and your mutual funds typically pay out on quarter ends. Your March, June, September, December. And then many of the big public companies or public dividend stocks you might own, like McDonald's, like Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, you name it, they also pay out on their quarter end months as well. So September really shows you, the investor, if you're just a keep it simple with an ETF like my VOO investment and VYM, VIG, or if you're also a big blue chip dividend stock investor, really all of that investing you do really culminates on the quarter end months. Therefore, today, I'm going to show you how 69 different dividend payments hit my account and my wife's account in September of 2023. No jokes on the 69 reference, but we had 69 different payments hit our account during the month. That is over 2 different payments every single day during September of 2023. Don't worry, we're not going to go through all 69 names, guys, but the point of this video is going to be, don't worry about the off months because you might not see much income or much fruit being dropped from all of your investing. And it's also to show you, after over a decade of investing, you can really see that passive income stream being built and generated. I mean, that's the goal of reaching financial freedom, is making sure you can build that passive income stream that covers all of your expenses. Oh yeah, and in case you guys haven't, check out that last video where I've reached financial freedom, but I talk about why I can and I can't retire. I think you guys will love that one. We're really going to talk about 10 to 12 different stocks and ETFs and even mutual funds that I own. I'll highlight them, why I own them, how long maybe I've owned them, as well as maybe talk a little bit about the dividend growth history that I've seen since owning them. And keep in mind too, guys, this wasn't an overnight portfolio that I've built. This goes back again since February of 2009. And really, like I said, the last 7 to 8 years have been juiced up quite a bit. Again, once we really hit our stride with savings rate in our household, plus just knowing our direction of how we want to build our stock portfolio. So I save, anywhere between 65 to 75% of our income. So we save first. We're pretty frugal by nature. Again, guys, don't worry. I'll get that video out there on how we only spend about $300 or less per month on food in our household. That's coming. Don't worry. So we take all of that savings and we just hit the stock market hard in our dividend stock portfolio. So having a high savings rate has allowed me to really juice up our dividend stock portfolio in our house. All right, let's get into it, guys. You've got your favorite beverage, right? You got your coffee, your beer, maybe your liquor. Maybe you're just sipping on a nice glass of milk. Who knows? But whatever floats your boat. So we're really going to get into it right here. So let's flash that first screen up here right now. Look at these stickers. You guys might own a lot of them. You guys might know a lot of them. V is, Visa. INTC is Intel. Some big names here on this list. Big one I want to talk about is Aflac. Yes, the duck. Ticker symbol is AFL. In fact, I've owned this stock, this dividend aristocrat who has increased their dividend for over 25 years. I've owned it probably at least 10 years, if not longer. And actually, they just announced their dividend increase for 2024 already, which was 19%. So you can see here that this stock paid me over $115, which got reinvested to buy a couple more shares of Aflac. I have dividend reinvestment or DRIP turned on all of these. So anytime you see a dividend, know it's buying back more shares. There's a couple other big names here on this list like Archer Daniels Midland, ADM, another dividend aristocrat, soon to be dividend king, paying over $100 to my portfolio. Again, love seeing a dividend payment over $100. I'm sure you guys do too. And if you're not there yet, again, keep investing. You'll get there. You'll blow past what I'm able to do here on my portfolio. And then we have, a fun one with LyondellBasell, a chemical company that nobody's probably ever heard of. Ticker symbol for that is LYB. And they paid $160 of a whopping dividend. Obviously earning dividends from the dividend king themselves, Johnson & Johnson. Ticker symbol is J&J. If you're lucky to buy shares around the $145 mark, tipping my hat towards you. Great dividend aristocrat, dividend king. We call them good old reliable between Bert and I over at the Diplomats channel. Again, a top foundation stock for your portfolio as well. Can't say anything more about them. Own them for a long time. Own a good amount of shares, but I would love to own more, obviously. Let's look at Target, TGT, another stock that paid over $100 to my portfolio. Over $140 actually. So obviously they've been in the news. Retail's been in the news. Target especially, as they have so much cost right now related to theft. So I continue to hold, and I'm dripping shares, at this sub $110 price point. So I love that. I love it when the reinvestment happens when the stock price is down. So I was able to pick up over a whole share upon this dividend payment. All right, let's look at this next little chart here, and I'll put up the whole chart at the very end. That'll be a little gift if you make it through the very end, unless you just fast forward, guys. So let's look at the other passive income that these dividend stocks sent me. McDonald's, the Golden Arches, guys, over $80, and I've owned this stock for a very long time. Another dividend aristocrat, another foundation stock that I think is great for anybody's stock portfolio, whether you're a growth or a dividend investor. $80, love it. We'll touch on Shell. Shell paid almost $70. They had their first dividend cut during the pandemic for, since the World War era. But now they've been rebounding that dividend, thanks to the surge of big oil that we've seen post-COVID or post the pandemic. Then I got to show love to the VYM guys. Vanguard's VYM high dividend yield ETF. If you haven't, check that $100,000 plus investment into VYM video, because we did it. My wife and I, we did it. We've invested over $100,000 over the last 3+ years into VYM. And my dividend that I received was over $493. So that reinvested into almost 5 full shares once that payment hit. All right, let's take a look at this other chart again. I track all of this in Excel, and September has a lot of columns. There's a lot of stocks that are paying us, right? Again, quarter ends are the most popular months, so just keep that in mind. Lockheed Martin, LMT here, over $126. This is one of the first stocks I bought. You might have saw the episode of my top 5 best performing stocks. Lockheed has just been an absolute monster for me. Dividend growth has been great, over $126. Lockheed, thank you. I've been a very appreciative shareholder, and I look forward to continuing to hold your stock as well. We got Smuckers here on the list so the W is for my wife's account. She owns Smuckers. They're buying Hostess. With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good, guys. A nice little $31 dividend for my wife. And she also owns a water company, a utility company that's water. I feel like water is more essential. Actually, this is called Essential Utilities is the company, WTRG. But there's a lot of electricity, natural gas, all those players out there, but don't sleep on water. You need water. We all use water in everything that we do in your house, whether you're bathing, showering, washing your hands, washing dishes, washing laundry, drinking water, cooking with water. It's used every day by every business, by every family, period. So that dividend is over $40 every single quarter now for my wife's account. It's awesome. Let's get to this next section here. So my wife owns obviously a ton of VYM as well, and she earned over $375 of VYM. Yes, I do own more. It's because I really started earlier, and the way that we do our budgeted income and expenses, we just do more in my account versus her account. But hey, $375 plus my almost $493. You add all that together, that's a massive dividend machine from VYM. She also owns a lot of key bank stock. Ticker symbol is KEY in the financial institution space. And that dividend was probably one of the biggest individual stock dividends you'll see on this list. Over $200, $204 to be exact. And that reinvested to buy probably close to 20 shares since the stock price has traded around that $9.50 to $11.50 mark. So a huge dividend reinvestment on the key stock. You've stuck it around this long. Here's the last snippet of a chart. And we're going to get into Vanguard's VINIX, the institutional mutual fund. What the heck am I doing with the mutual fund? Where did it come from? And why is the dividend between my wife and I so large when you add up both together? Almost $900, over $625 for me, and over $250 for my wife. Short story, my wife and I used to work. We met at the same company we used to both work at. And in the 401k plan, once I started dating her, I switched everything over to VINIX for her and started ratcheting up hers, and I always invested into VINIX. So guys, that's an old 401k. We both no longer work together. We don't work at the same company anymore either. So this is like an old 401k that really is just churning and burning on its own. Reinvesting, picking up more shares. Really, it's just the total stock market, for lack of a better way to say it. So that is our big mutual fund dividend that I've talked about in the beginning, paying out on a quarter end. Without further ado, here is the big dividend income chart showing you all the names. I'll leave it up here for a little while. So what does it look like after you invest into dividend stocks, trying to build that passive income stream over 14 and a half years like my wife and I? And again, yours might look different even if you've invested, obviously as long as we have, but we almost earned $5,000 in dividend income, aka passive income, aka the best source of passive income out there, in my opinion, guys. So that's all those years, almost a decade and a half of investing. And I cannot even imagine what this is going to look like over the next 10, 15 years. Are we talking 10,000 plus at that point? Let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think of the dividend income we received, of the 69 payments that hit our account. How did you do during September? How did you do during October? Are you earning dividend income? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys like this video as well? Do you want more proof in the pudding videos that I'm putting out here to hopefully, motivate and help you on your journey? If you haven't subscribed, definitely appreciate the support. Like the video, guys. I'm out here trying to create content for you guys to hopefully help you on your personal finance journey. Thanks for rocking with me, and I'll catch you on the next.